On July the 16th, 2020, at 6:30 p.m., the Coalport Borough Council was to meet with the independent auditors, Links and Associates P.C. from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. There was not a report of the audits that was done by the Links and Associates. It was a time that the return of documents, and it was a time of giving notice of a termination. Further, Council has been negligent in the fact that they have not produced an ordinance as required by 1005 of the Borough Code, number 7, that it states very clearly that the Council was responsible to have a ordinance in place to hire an independent auditor. This was not done by Coalport Borough Council. I have in my possession a letter addressed to Coalport Borough with letterhead stating Links and Associate P.C. Certified Public Accountants, 412 Union Street, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania 16648. It was addressed to Coalport Borough, P.O. Box 363, Coalport, Pennsylvania 16627. This letter is in reference to termination of professional services to Coalport Borough. Dear Board of Directors, Links and Associates P.C. was engaged by Coalport Borough to audit the financial records for the year ending December 31st, 2018. This letter confirms that effective June 25, 2020, Links and Associates P.C. resigns from all engagements with or for Coalport Borough. Due to this termination of professional services, certain aspects of some matters Links and Associates P.C. was working on were not completed. Links and Associates P.C. will not provide any further professional services and accordingly is not responsible for completing any unfinished work. Coalport Borough acknowledges that Links and Associates P.C. has not completed some work, and further acknowledges that all unfinished work is being turned over to the management of Coalport Borough unfinished and as is. Links and Associates P.C. agrees to cooperate with Coalport Borough's new accountants to a reasonable extent. Coalport Borough acknowledges that all original documents in Link and Associates P.C.'s possession have been returned to Coalport Borough, and Coalport Borough also acknowledges that it has received copies of all financial records prepared or issued by Links and Associates P.C. and has been given copies of all information necessary to meet its future needs. Links and Associates P.C. give Coalport Borough's new accountants access to its paperwork, if access is requested, and provide copies of the work papers as Links and Associates P.C. deems appropriate. Coalport Borough acknowledges that Links and Associates P.C.'s work papers are the exclusive property of Links Associates P.C. We appreciate your understanding. Sincerely, Links and Associates P.C., Harrisburg, Pennsylvania 16648.
That's all the cook then. Hi. Hi.
Hello.
Look really nice tonight.
Where are we?
No, right there. Yeah, right there.
No, these are
I take it you're Katie.
I am Katie. Yep.
I'm Paul. Yes.
And I am Peggy, the mayor. This is Sean. Don. Haley.
Diaryers with the progress.
Right. He did it.
Yeah.
And, just, foggy, one of these going up.
Working late?
Was it? I don't know.
Something like working late or something, I'm not sure about it.
This is the first time I've ever read it. Or some-
Do you guys have any one of these?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got your, originals,
No, I'll give him the originals,
I thought we got the originals.
not for his originals. Give him his originals. Oh, I don't like that first word, termination.
Yeah.
Just, don't even have to water it out, still waiting. You know Chuck Fleming passed away?
Who?
Chuck Fleming.
No. I'm doing
He went in the hospital Sunday, and he passed away.
Oh, did he? He's my old neighbor. Did he say how? Or?
I would assume just part of his heart was really bad.
No, it's Janet, his wife, right?
Janet lives up there with the dog.
Okay. Because they bought some property when they sold their house.
Well, they added on to her
Okay.
house and her husband's.
Okay. I know they were going like with the 1-4 thing.
Right, for her.
Yeah, because of her knees and she had a couple surgeries and stuff like that and throughout the years. She used to spoil my kids when they were little, like making them apple pie. And I was like, oh,
Oh, she
they
was
won't eat dinner.
good.
I know. They won't eat dinner or anything. Janet fed us. I'm like,
She was a good cook and a good baker.
yeah, she was. She was always.
Maybe she still does. You know Chuck Fleming died?
I did, they told me today. I have coffee for you if anybody wants some. There's, Swiss roll cake up there. So, I know you guys worked today, didn't really have a chance to get anything.
Good, thank you.
So here's your original.
Now, you kept this check, didn't you?
Yes, I
Kept the check. And you had Dean's check too, right?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Hey, Bonnie's not gonna be here tonight, so I'm not so far down the table. LaDawn, do you mind if I sit up there next to you? Do you wanna sit next to your husband and I'll sit where you're sitting, or do you?
No.
We're good.
I say no.
Do I have to separate the two?
You do? Saying you might like it. I don't know. No.
Is he working tonight?
I think.
Yes, Bobby is working.
I'm not sure.
He said he was
I'm not sure about
working.
Kevin, is Kevin, I didn't hear the word about Kevin.
You guys were all given a copy of what we got to go over before this meeting tonight. Do you guys have any questions on what? I'm Barbie, I'm trying to find the president. Just because you know. It is. Hi, Kevin.
Sorry.
That's all right. Just the time. Hey, Kevin, I made coffee and there's Swiss roll and stuff up
What's that?
We don't have any extra audits.
We have either, here we have some.
Yeah.
Oh, right here.
Yeah.
There you go.
Never mind. Holy man. First one up there, termination.
And some of those air conditioning. First of all, this Christmas seat I'm just warm.
You're right.
I know, well, I might as well. I just changed shirts and everything else. Are we supposed to be reading something or? You kidding? Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think the reason is because not getting what you were asking for, you had trouble getting in touch with somebody or return calls or?
We just weren't given all the information we needed to complete the audit. So, you know, we have different letters in here explaining what we need, what a good audit needed. This letter here, the second one, it has a bold print on it, it says segregation of duties. So this is a staff 115 letter, and this is kind of explaining our recommendations, to be able to have better record. It all comes down to record.
Right.
So, you know, record retention is a big thing, so we were saying that there's a lot of revenue that didn't have backup for, and a lot of expenditures that we couldn't get invoices to verify.
Definitely.
So, and then our recommendation of that is that, you know, each vendor should actually have a folder, and when a check's paid, a copy of the invoice with the check stub goes in the folder. Same with revenue. Each deposit is a deposit slip with a copy of the checks to go behind it. So whenever, you know, another audit happens, when you request that, it's right there. Another area of that is payroll. I know you guys have Kathy. Yeah, Kathy. I know she's doing it now, which is probably better with that. But for this audit in 2018, there were no timesheets that we could verify any hours. And timesheets should be signed off on by a supervisor
Right.
verifying those hours. So really there was nothing we could test there to verify that the hours were correct and paid for. So, payroll records should be held for 3 years, and that would be timesheets, quarterly reports, year-end reports, and we were really lacking any of the timesheet area to be able to verify that the hours paid were actually worked. And then just, you know, we also recommended bookkeeping. You know, there was a lot reported in just miscellaneous revenue and miscellaneous expenses. Too much that it ended up me doing a lot of journal entries to move those monies around to get them in the appropriate spots for the DCD report. And that's kind of where, you know, we have a limitation there. We can't really do the bookkeeping. And we just have to be able to review it. So there, my recommendation is just maybe a QuickBooks class, learning how to appropriately classify those revenue and expenditures.
Right.
Which there is a QuickBooks class. What was the date of that class? And it will cost us $100 for this QuickBooks class because we are a member of the PSAB. And which was going to be brought up in this next council meeting. And when did you say that was?
It's in August.
It is in August.
We're at,
Webinars
Is it
are
on
done.
web?
It's all web.
okay,
But I mean, I think it's a good idea for her to take that class, but I also would like to take it as well, which would cost the borough $200
what's
for
that?
both of us to take it. It's
Oh.
QuickBooks.
Okay, yeah, I didn't get what you said.
And with the record retention actually having to back up for like the income and expenditures, being able to classify that in the appropriate categories, I think would be easier. And I think they were all just pushed to miscellaneous because there was no backup for it.
Okay. I know, I think I had asked you when we had talked about this, if it comes a time where maybe we would need to start this work out. I had talked to Ms. McCusker about it, and she is not willing to do it. I didn't know if there was anybody that you could recommend, or we could just talk to and have a name and number in case we would have to go that way at some point, say, if Noelle, I know she's looking, putting her resumes in other places, and we don't want to we need to be prepared, we need to be like the Boy Scouts and have everything prepared, and, something down the line happens, we know where we can turn to get the help we need. I don't know if there was anybody in the Patton area, or just somebody close where, it would be feasible for them to come here with, for what the hours we're offering and the pay we're offering. So,
You probably have to think on that.
Yeah, so as far as, you're looking more of like an outsourced
In-house, which is
Yeah.
pretty much what Calvin's doing now,
Okay.
She's doing outsourced payroll, you're looking
Yeah,
at
but
someone
we're
involved.
looking for a little bit more intense as far as
Yeah.
like financial,
some,
more financial.
Like the.
even with her, if she's gonna take the classes, she's still young yet, and that could be a lot to, suck in. Just somebody with some experience, because we, and as you stated, we need to get, and that's the main thing. We don't have our numbers, our finances in place, we're not gonna get anything. That's the most important thing that we, with our finances. And, we're being, what we're having left over is gonna go right out the window anyhow. 19 is not gonna be good for us. We're gonna work with, especially now, what we're paying out with our attorney fees. That is really killing us. And, it was kind of funny, I looked over the audit, our budget, and we never budgeted $4,000 in our life. And kind of funny, the person who made the budget up is the one who's troubled with all the money wise, the attorney fees. So, we just need, it all coming down to money. That's our most important thing. Donations to the fire company or whatever it may be. Unless we got this in line, because if we're going to be in the red for 219, there goes our state money coming in that we need. It's going to help us through winter. If we hit the bad winter and we don't have the money to get what we need, we're in trouble. So if we're going to be in the red 19, that almost guarantees we're going to be in the red in 20 until we get things straightened out and where they need to be in line financial wise. So that's one of the reasons why I ask. And, that's, until we get this straightened out, nothing else matters, in my opinion. So, it's like a business. You don't have the money to keep going on. You might as well just fold the door, close the doors up, and go from there. So, not enough business to know that. So, I think my colleague, being in business, and you guys being what you do health-wise and for health. And so, that's all. I'm sorry if I went off on a little rant, but you look familiar. I think I know you from somewhere. Or,
Paul Lane.
Right? You still live in Patton, or
I live outside Patton.
you're playing ball, softball? Or,
No.
look like something I've seen basketball court you mentioned, so. But,
No.
So, we did get the DCD submitted though, so that would be the item that looks like this. And I also printed out the email for you. Printed out the email for you, which was from Mark from the state, and it's approved and good. So with the journal entries and everything that we did, you're good with the state now, it's been approved for 2018.
Fantastic.
yeah, that's more, correct, Katie?
Yeah, it's Mark's on theirs.
Mark's, yeah.
And I believe your overall, you had a profit of $16,842 on that to fund the, kind of in the middle. These are page numbers.
Do you guys have an extra?
Yep.
About 5 pages from the back.
That is on the big one.
It's on this.
Oh,
Yeah. You'll say down at the bottom, the excess/deficit of revenues or expenditures. You might want to see more.
So it'd be further back than that. That's your profit, then, just so you know, that's 16,000.
So when she goes into QuickBooks to reconcile accounts,
I have journal entries here for her to post in that should help with QuickBooks, which she's reconciling the cash accounts. Those are reconciled correctly, how those are being done. She's reconciling those to the bank statements. The issues are like the revenue and expenditure, how those, so
That's the profit and loss, so basically, the profit and loss is where most of the issues are coming up at. The balance sheet items as far as the ending, or the reconciling of the cash accounts were fine.
okay,
It was just the profit and loss, the revenues, expenses, and where the payroll would be listed as well.
okay.
Yeah.
in the, so in there's the journal entries, it's this right here.
Okay.
So those need to be posted into QuickBooks
Okay.
to the 2018 will tie to the DCD report, and these are moving, like I said, those expenditures from miscellaneous to actual line items that fall on the DCD report.
Do you only look at documents, the finances, do you look at minutes and things like that for your study of?
Yes.
Yeah, we do.
Are you aware that there was no ordinance for the hiring of independent auditor?
As far as we received the engagement letter back.
We received the signed engagement letter.
Pursuant to the Borough Code, there has to be an ordinance in place.
Correct.
And there wasn't an ordinance. I was just wondering if you looked and established the fact.
Well, we didn't,
We don't read through the ordinances.
as far as that goes, whenever we would do the ordinance, and as far as we went here, we knew that it wasn't going to be, we knew we weren't going to be able to complain. So as far as going any further with it, that's why we ended up stopping where we did. I mean, there was still more work to be done, which is in another letter.
If I'm not mistaken, did you not give me a document that reconciled that issue?
No. We did a resolution to create one, but you never did it. Resolution 15. And you never did it. You never went through and finished what I got enacted in council. So
I want to see that paperwork whenever we're done here. And I want the paperwork that he submitted to me.
Well, it was enacted by council. To bring you up to speed, the mayor and the committee did codification, but they never, in the inventory of ordinances, never brought forward an ordinance for an independent auditor. Therefore, in 2019, I wrote a resolution 15 to remedy that, and council, all the councilors at that time agreed to it, and that was settled. And the council never moved forward to create an ordinance for an independent auditor, which is pursuant to the Borough Code.
Right.
No, because that was dated, for the independent auditor was dated whenever Joan Medlin was president.
That's right, but it was never included in the codification. Therefore, it was not in the inventory, and it is not in there. And that's why we did
Contact the
resolution.
solicitor to see, because it was to be codified then. So we will go with the solicitor and see what she has to say about correcting it. Because she will know better.
Well, you know,
We'll get her advice on this. We will get her advice on this. That's what we pay her for.
So we went over the journal entries that we had. The next thing we're going to go over is just maybe the disclaimer of opinion into this one here.
For the disclaimer of opinion would be if we really can't issue an opinion on the financial statements as a whole. You know, we did still submit the DC on your behalf, but there's no opinion attached to it that we can ensure that there's no material statement. But for DCD purposes, it was fine to go ahead and submit that.
You said you had other packets. Is this a secret that we're not allowed to have a copy?
I already checked with Wendy from PSAB. Until it is actually approved by council, it's not open for public to see yet.
Thank you.
you think that being the past, right now, the reading
I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about that.
Okay, so now we're basically down to the last budget we brought with us here. And that's just the one-page letter that would have been on top. This is just a termination of professional services. This letter just basically says that we're basically resigning as your CPA firm. We're not going to issue a report. It also states that, we're not responsible for completing any unfinished work or returning all your records back. Whenever you do have another CPA firm, we are willing to help them out with where we left off, if need be, to a certain extent. And then, if you guys have any other questions that we could help you with, but as far as doing any more services, this is our termination of the professional services.
I really appreciate your
Yeah.
offer to help with whatever you need.
Yeah.
And we do have all the, everything that you gave me is in the box.
Okay.
It's just, I tried to look at it organized.
I have all
for you.
I appreciate it.
Appreciate you doing this. I'm sorry that things kind of got lost. I wish I would have known it sooner. I did the best I could to help you out and whatever I could to try to save this.
I called about 4 times and nobody returned my call. And at one point in time, I don't know if it was you, and I asked for Katie. And again, nobody called me back. That was about 3 weeks ago.
We've
We
done all.
had talked, I had talked to
I could talk to Kevin that same day, so if because I don't know the structure of the board, I thought that it was, you know, by talking to Kevin the exact same day, I assumed it was the same information, and Noel actually emailed me that exact same day then. So I apologize I didn't call back, but we were in contact and the DCD got finished that same week.
And you did tell me from January to the day I called you that you had no contact from anybody, and you had called many times. So,
There was a lag from January on, we didn't hear anything until that point, so.
Phone calls or emails,
yeah, that's,
and I have even emailed.
yeah, that's,
Is there an extension in place for the 2019?
So with 2019, from what my understanding is that the DCD, you will not be penalized for filing late because of coronavirus, but it is still due, it will still do
Okay.
the normal time, so.
What was the normal time?
I believe it was June 30th.
I think we get, well, this one here would have been April 1st for this one,
Thank you.
yes.
But Mark's contact information is on that one email, and he's pretty good if you just shoot him an email and let him know you're looking for someone to complete the audit.
Okay.
He's very easy, he's told to say he'll note it in your file, and
Yeah, he's very good
he's
work.
very easy work.
Yes.
What is your final fee, if I may ask?
Well, what I was gonna do in light of this is, you have the, oh, wait here. Yeah, so the engagement letter we have is for $4,000. What I'm willing to propose is, I'm gonna go back and look and see what we have as far as billable hours. And based off everyone's rate, if it's lower than that, I'm willing to negotiate just so you guys can get everything back on track.
thank you.
So,
Thank you very much.
but, yeah, that's where we stand on that.
I appreciate it.
We really need it.
But I mean, like I said, I gotta wait and see what the billable hours are.
Right.
If our time in it is over, then it will be the
Oh,
four.
you're a businessman.
It'll be the
You gotta
4,000,
do
yeah,
what you gotta
so.
do, and I believe in being fair.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to be fair, but like I said, depending on what our hours are, if it's over, it'll be the 4, if it's under,
Yeah, greatly appreciate it,
Yeah.
greatly appreciate it.
so. Any other questions for us?
There's one letter that needs signed, so this is a management letter, and pretty much this is, you can go down to the read it if you like, but it's just saying that management takes responsibility for those financial statements, which in this case would be the DCD report, saying that, you know, you have the financial records and everything, and it's not on us. And that's the usual, like the last step in every audit process.
Well, you could, say we would get this done in 19 and we get things straightened out, you know, maybe down the line, if you give us another opportunity to maybe work with you, I'd be more than happy to, you know, be your point of contact and do everything I could to get you the information you need. Let's see how 19 goes for us, and you seem like you've been very fair, and you know, pleasure talking to Katie. She was great over the phone, and we'll see how that goes if we get a chance.
Yeah, if everything gets straightened out, you know, we would consider it, you know,
I understand where you're coming from, being business and your reputation online and everything like that. So it's on our shoulders now to you know, get done where we need to be with you know, being local, being a patent guy, around wherever we go. We gotta try to work it in. So no sort of discoveries through basketball. So,
When I sign this, we will have a copy of this for our records, correct?
Oh, yeah, I can either scan you in one tomorrow, or you can copy of everything from today.
Okay, yeah. Whichever is on it.
Whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
received a copy of the 2017 audit?
The DCD report, yes, we did.
Well, you didn't get the whole report that Catalina did?
Oh,
I don't believe we have.
All we got was the DCD with the, a similar letter to what we gave you guys in cash. That was what we were given.
I think the narrative would have been very helpful to you if you would have gotten the full report.
I don't think that the outcome would have been the same.
Excuse me?
The outcome would have been the same regardless.
Thank you for your.
Yes.
And you guys take that over and have the law get it back to me tomorrow. That's for the.
I'm almost done.
No, you're still with them.
But the sooner the better for the 2019 DCD. I know.
Right.
could add that.
But the fuel fund is,
There is a couple names that I have that are a possibility, so we can check with them. And of course, you know, like you said, is it Mark? He would know. So we'll get in touch with him immediately and see who he recommends to get this done. So next week, we're gonna be really busy getting ready.
There might be a night where maybe when everybody can get up here and, or when everybody can get up here tonight and give a hand, trying to find what we need and getting everything organized instead of just, you know, everything organized of what they're going to need and make it easier on them, whoever it may be.
Can she run this back and
Yeah.
you wanna just use it at the top? One person,
Am I hearing that you didn't get the cooperation that you needed for the audit?
Towards the end, we did, we get it finished up and approved, but there was a lag for a couple of months. But, you know, the submission of the DCD was the ultimate goal. And at the end of, I think it might have been at the beginning of May, is where we really received the documents that we needed to get that finished up and submitted.
Somewhere around there, Coalport.
I reviewed it with permission of the Honorable Mayor, and there was no narrative of any substantial, and it seemed to imply some gross negligence from what I was reading.
Well, you know, in 18, when Paul was giving us our monthly report, that was fine until, you know, you wanted to change, Jerry, because it was just more scribble and scrabble that people were trying to look at and comprehend when we went from, when Paul changed it to where it was, everybody could understand it, even the people who weren't math geniuses or who can't play 2 plus 2. So, but every month you had an issue with it. with the way Paul had it.
Even with that, Kevin,
But
I mean,
it's
to even
still-
find files in that office, you couldn't.
I understand, and that goes back to, and as I just told Peg, that goes back to who we had as a secretary the last few times, and a lot of that falls on them, and some of it falls on management for not overseeing it. And when we did have management there, then, they had to deal with a daily, somebody wanted something, or someone wanting something every day, or he wants this, he wants that, he wants this, he wants that, instead of letting somebody go to work and do their job and try to get done what needed to be done. So, it's just, I know, it's just to the point where, I'm pretty much just fed up with it, and it's every month we gotta, it's something else, and it's just petty, and
Madam President, may I respond to that?
You respond to just about anything. I mean, come on.
I get a balance sheet from the secretary. It shows every key punch that she puts in, everything. And I have questions, and I have opinions. And what the Honorable Vice President is trying to purport is that he wants it spoon-fed to him just the captions.
What we wanted is-
I have to finish what
all
I'm
right,
saying.
yeah, finish,
Okay.
because it's one in one ear and out the other.
How about, I tell you what, let's get, Miss Katie and Mr. Paul taken care of, and then we'll, base.
Yeah. I apologize, it's just, yeah, we have to get straightened out.
Is there anything that-
No, that's everything we have for now, so. Thank you very much for having us.
Let me walk you guys out the door, is that right?
We have one that's missing.
Yeah,
Oh,
everything's gone. I didn't see that.
Forgot it. Sorry.
But no,
You guys in the back?
there's
We're up front.
If you want the coffee.
Thank you. And I appreciate it.
It's locked, because I know I forgot my keys and.
Sorry, we couldn't help you out more.
I know you were speaking of that form, or like at the beginning, like what's kind of stuff that we need like sign off and stuff like that. Did you have anything else you know later about getting some of that list or something else?
Yeah, and I can kind of explain to you about what happened, all those, the records and everything. I've seen, it's in that one
I
letter.
think, I think she mentioned it.
Is it?
Yeah. Was it on the sheet? Okay, yeah, right there, right?
Yeah, by email.
Okay.
As I said, the one letter that I explained a little bit, but if you want to go more in depth, or need to go over.
No, all right, just like kind of have an idea like what you look for and what you, yeah, it's like all boys were all taking it in.
No, it's in the city.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We really appreciate it.
No, this is your box.
It was very nice.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Have a safe trip.
Nice meeting you.
Hey, Noel, you're gonna have to unlock your door up there and let them out, okay?
Yeah, we're going out, we're gonna walk out.
All right. All right.
Thank you.
Okay, so this is basically where we're at. And, and I've said it multiple times, numerous times. This is a year's worth of mess. And we're not gonna fix it overnight. It's going to take time. And I'm not a genius. And I'm going to make mistakes. And I appreciate the help that anybody gives. And I appreciate being able to work with nice people, such as Katie and Paul, that they were. And anybody want to jump on board and you have any suggestions, that's great. Criticism and ridicule is also appreciated because it helps me work harder. So knock yourself out. I don't watch your stuff. I get told about it a lot, but I do appreciate it because it just makes me work harder.
It just reflects what you're doing.
It reflects what you think she's doing.
When you
That's
slander
right.
me, that doesn't reflect what I'm doing.
No slander.
When you take a resolution that I write pertaining to emails that limit Borough Council emails, not Coalport Borough emails, not the residents of Coalport Borough, Borough Council emails, not for personal use. Their personal emails are not to be used for borough business. But you write a commentary that conveniently leaves out the word council so that it looks like I am limiting the whole borough of Coalport on their emails and post them on your page. That's slander. That's not proper
In your
reporting.
opinion. In your opinion.
I stated Coalport Borough Council, not Coalport Borough. I did not limit Coalport Borough on their email accounts at all. Okay.
So we know we have our work cut out for us.
We do.
So let's try to plan a day for next week where we all can maybe come up, whether it just be an hour and a half, get everything, try to find everything we can to help her out and make sure whoever it may be that we can get to do this, that they're gonna have what they need. So I guess before we can even find someone, you know, this is gonna put a lot of pressure on the next auditor to get this done in a timely fashion. So,
Well, I tell you what, I will shoot Mr. Saunders an email tonight. And I will give him a heads up on where we're at with the 2019 and that we just had a meeting tonight with, you know, Paul and Katie.
right,
And then, you know, take it from there. And that we will be working, you know, to pull together for the 2019. And then that way, you know, he's at least aware.
right.
And then we'll take it from there, just to get ready for 2019.
You're not going to accept this audit tonight?
We're not doing it tonight, no.
Thank you.
I want to give Bobby a chance to look over this and the paperwork that we received from them. So we're going to do that at a council
He
meeting.
wants to, so.
Our next council meeting.
Something,
Bobby hasn't even had a chance to look over this yet. Or give him a heads up. And I want to talk to Mr. Saunders.
May I ask who Mr. Swauger is?
He's from DCED.
He's the one who accepted it. And,
And I want to get a little bit more information about the information that we received tonight. I want to be a little bit more informed about everything that we received. Only a fool jumps in without having more information. And I'm sorry, I don't want to be a fool
But the
anymore.
documents will be available after you approve it in the next council meeting.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Yeah, getting back to where we were, Jerry, and you said about being spoon-fed. Now, it's not like we have a
I was permitted to finish my dissertation. If you're going to bring the subject back up, I'd like to be able to respond to this appropriately.
Tell you what, why don't we make a motion to adjourn this part of the meeting, and then we can talk about whatever y'all want to talk about.
I don't think so.
What, did you
Well,
have it on camera?
if you're still here, it's a meeting. It's a meeting.
I'll leave.
You want
I was gonna say, if
Yeah, there's a
certain council
meeting.
members leave, then it's not.
This meeting was for the audit only. Is that how we advertised it?
Yep, it was for the audit only.
We can't discuss anything else with the audit. So if y'all want to discuss anything else, we got to adjourn.
You all.
Y'all, that's how it is, y'all.
Yins,
Because I've had just about enough.
yins. If yins want to discuss it, you can.
Yeah, Yins, y'all don't care.
How many have received a detailed balance sheet from our Honorable Secretary? How many of you have received one?
A what?
A detailed balance sheet of our finances.
Again, you're talking about finances and this is an audit meeting. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make
Well,
a
no,
motion.
I'm just asking a question.
This is an
This is an
audit
audit meeting.
Yeah,
That has not
Yeah,
been-
but I'm just asking.
Kevin made a motion to adjourn. Do I have a second? All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Adjourn.
Thank you, Madam President.
I can't discuss, when things are, that's what I'm looking for, advertised as an audit meeting. We can't discuss anything but an audit, Jerry. I can get in trouble.
If people come into a meeting and they have a question, you can answer a question. I can't see why
It's
you
not
couldn't
that
answer.
But it's not that kind of, yeah, without the meeting over, I will.
Yeah. Okay, I'll bring my questions back to council meeting.
Okay.
I'll have some formal statements and some objections.
Okay.
How you doing, Mrs. Progress? All right?
Kevin, how are you?
I'm okay.
Do you need to tell you?
With your solicitor, that meeting was an actual hearing. I called the court administrator's office.
I had emailed her and she hasn't gotten back.
Okay, so it is a hearing.
Okay.
So, hearing the record status conference with some other points.
Yeah, and I guess I just didn't know about it.
Exactly. Well, I'm guessing that was probably the two attorneys and they didn't.
Yeah.
All right, it is a hearing.
All right, thank you very much.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah.
No, wait a minute.